I want to keep things on track, but looking at this was, I don't know if this is. Anyway, well, we're here anyway. So we've actually had this conversation in the past, but I don't think we had it on record. So let's do it. And yeah, we'll just play it. But it says, I know that's damn right. First of all, I can tell a woman said this. But anyway, man goes viral for speaking out against his married homeboy who tried to talk to another woman at the club. And also audio slash, I think the brother might be eating while he's talking. So if you don't like any of that stuff, warning alert. Play this.
Homeboy got mad at me. Now he ain't talking to me because we in the club and he trying to talk to these women, but he married. And I told him, hey, bro, you need to cut that out. He talking, man, why you hating, bro? Well, I ain't hating. I ain't tell you to walk down that aisle. I ain't tell you introduce me to this woman and you go get that ring on your finger. Got me out on this wedding, spending all this money to come to y'all wedding to watch you come in this club and cheat and mess it all up. That's my money I spent on your wedding. I spent my money on your wedding. And I spent a lot of it too. We all in Vegas and all of that, all these casinos, and I'm spending all of my money. Nah, y'all stand together. You the one introduced me to this lady. Got me calling her sis all the time and all. I'm not gonna be lying in this woman face. Boy, you better go get you a drink. I pay for it. Get you a drink and sit down somewhere, bro, because you ain't finna. Nah, I spent too much money on y'all wedding.
Well,
I
there you
wish
go.
we had Wes on this one.
He's the only merry-go-round of all of us. Yeah, obviously it took a turn of more selfish intent. But I think fundamentally what this boils down to is the age-old conundrum question. I don't know, however you want to say. If you see your homeboy acting out of line and potentially doing something that's considered would be considered stepping outside of his relationship, are you telling? Or not even are you telling, but what do you think is the correct way to go about it? I guess also you can keep in mind that you've also in the context that you may or may not have been to the brother's wedding and you may not have had to spend some of your own money on the matter. I guess we're going over this. Ace, what do you think? If you see one of your homeboys, you know, acting shady outside of a relationship, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely stepping to them. I'm letting them know it's wrong. Like stop. Like adultery. I mean, this is not really a hot take, but adultery is like an extreme pet peeve of mine. I hate
Really?
music
I
that
never heard this one. I never heard that before.
yeah, I hate music that endorses it. I hate show like anything that involved with adultery, especially viewing it in a positive light. It just pisses me off. So I'm definitely saying something. And I didn't think the video was going to go the way it did, but it kind of. I almost feel like Wes has said something like this, although not to this extreme, about kind of an endorsement of having getting married and having a wedding, being that you have your family, you have friends, like you have your community around you that's seeing this thing, that this kind of like promise that you're going to be faithful to your significant other
Yep.
for the rest of your lives. So it it gives you other people to be accountable to, not just the two of you, because you're making this oath in front of everybody. So
Oh, he
um
did say something like this before.
yeah, right, right. So
Dang,
yeah, I
he's
guess it
here
is
even when he's
kind of an
not.
endorsement. Yeah, yeah. But no,
All
I mean,
right.
I don't have too much deep to say about it. Like,
Well, I guess real quick, what if just like how he mentioned, what if the response is, "Why you hating? Why you worrying about me? Come on, you supposed to be my bro. What you doing?"
I'm like, you can probably tell by the way that I'm talking that I'm going to start getting pissed off, and the things I'm going to say, like,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
it's not going to be well worded.
Yeah, I got you. Fair enough, fair enough. And then what about you, Ghost? Are you stepping to your homeboy if you see them, stepping outside the relationship? Or are you more, my name is Paul and that's between y'all?
Nah, I'm gonna be stepping to him, give him the old ultimatum: either you tell her or I will. Mm.
What if he didn't? What if he? Well, what if he didn't do anything yet? What if he just like he was like you said he was talking to women?
Oh, well, I'm assuming that he already did AD, whatever. If he's talking and it's not, it hasn't progressed to anything physical and
Yeah,
concrete yet.
he's just acting shady. He's just like flirting with the idea.
Yeah, then it's not gonna be like an immediate call the wife if you have her contact information. It'll be more so you talking to him, be like, yo, you need to chill. And now if he's drinking or whatever, or I don't know what, if he's whatever he has going on, try to get him out the situation. But yeah, not something that I would sit back and just observe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And again, if you receive any pushback on that, would you like back off it, or you be like, dog, it's really you
No.
would lean into it?
Well, if I got pushback, I mean, I can't. He's a grown man. I'm not gonna be able to control what he does. But if I told him and he's looks like he's about to get into something, and I tell him and he's still like on that wave, like why you gotta, I'm gonna continue to like be on him. But if he's still like talking to other women and all that, then that's when I'll probably reach out to the wife or whoever. And
You're reaching out to wives?
hell yeah, what you mean? I mean, again, if he progresses from just talking to actually doing shit,
No, I
then
don't want to turn this into
well,
one
I
of
mean,
those
not if
bro code
I'm telling
conversation.
him like what you're doing is fucked up, and he's still doing it, he's not changing anything, then I don't know. I mean, like adultery isn't just the physical act;
Yes, yes, we
it's
know. When you start lusting, yes. Yeah, I don't want to turn into a bro code, but so y'all don't subscribe to that bro code crap?
no, well,
Nah, I don't think I
not
do.
in that aspect. I mean, there are certain things that you gotta adhere to, but not related to cheating and nothing like that.
Yeah, I feel like one, like definitely, if you know, um, the physical act has occurred, the any code is out the window.
You know what's interesting, and I don't want to spend too much time on any one of these singular topics, but I actually, ooh, let me be careful what I say.
Uh-oh.
I actually, specifically when it comes to women, so let's say this was reversed, and well, not completely reversed, but let's say, yeah, I guess completely reversed. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. But let's say if a woman had a friend, a male friend, even though you know how I feel about that, and they knew that he was flirting or stepping outside the relationship, I wouldn't recommend that woman go to that guy's significant other. Hope I'm not confusing anybody, and
Yo, getting
try
there.
to out him. Because
Yeah,
going to woman stuff, that's a bad idea. Don't do that.
yeah, I
Unless
agree with that. Yep.
unless you have super definitive evidence. And even then, a woman will sooner stick by her man than hear from another woman. I'm just telling all the women out there.
Mm.
But you guys bring up an interesting. I don't know how. I guess you just don't see this often.
Yeah,
What would a woman's reaction be if one of a guy if her man's husband came to them and told them the truth? I don't You don't see that too often, so I don't really know how that goes. But if and again, these are all hypotheticals we're talking about. Lords will we never even come into this type of circumstances because we don't be around people that do this type of thing. But I think you want to have a good amount of evidence or some level of evidence. I don't know if you just want to go in there, hey, he's kind of been acting line. I'm just telling you the truth. I still think you want to come in with some type of evidence. That's just my brief recommendation. Obviously, maybe
gotcha,
if you
gotcha.
kind of know the woman, maybe she'll believe you, and then they can handle it on their own. And I do fully understand where y'all are coming from the perspective that like at the end of the day, you know, adultery is nothing to play with, and the type of people you surround yourself is kind of reflective of you. So if they're doing it and maybe you're not honest when you know, then you start to look bad as well. So
Yeah, and this dude made a good point too. Like he's gonna be around the woman too, and have to be like
yeah,
kind of withholding now. It's gonna be weird for him. Like if I was in his position, I wouldn't even want to be around the dude anymore,
yeah,
the dude and his wife anymore, because it's like I'm not gonna be faking
yeah. You
in front of
kikiing,
you.
laughing in her face, asking her how she's doing.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, when you guys are right, you're right. Yeah, ultimately, I don't know. It feels as if back in the day when Broco was like a super popular regular thing, like everyone would be like this, I think this is why this skit slash just his commentary is like kind of funny because like he's actually kind of right. Like there's no reason to hang on to like ideas of like this solidarity when people are just doing effed up stuff.
Yeah, and I mean the only thing I will say is like I think it becomes more blurry like the less you are familiar with the person. Like if it's a friend, a close friend is my answer is obvious, but if it's just like I don't know, an acquaintance or something like that,
Yeah, like or maybe a coworker.
yeah.
That's a
I
good question.
yeah, I'd probably be less likely to um get into that. I think I would have to know the person on some personal level.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I did pose it, and it sounds like from the sound of the video, like these are homeboys. Like they know they have a
Right.
relationship with each other.
Yeah, he
So
was at the dude's wedding. Like,
yeah, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, no, I think I know where y'all stand. I know where you probably should stand in the type of in situation. So I'm not mad at it. I really even want to say this because I really don't like putting certain stuff out in the universe. But speaking about Wes, I'm just thinking. Cause yeah, could you imagine going to a wedding as, in my opinion, as grandiose and there's multiple parts and people are giving speeches? Yeah, I can definitely be understand the side of like, bro,
Especially knowing how much them
we
flavors
traveled the
cost.
world to be at your wedding and
Yeah,
and you're gonna go talk to yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
we all love you here, Wes. So we're not even we're just talking. Anyway,